What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B with another haul video. Oh, as promised, we got another pretty good stack of books for you from Whatnot. I went on a Whatnot binge, guys. I'm telling you, I was on vacation, and geez, that expression, idle hands are the devil's plaything. Well, idle hands also breaks your wallet. But, I got people. You might notice in my last few haul videos that that they've been pretty DC heavy. I'd like to explain that just a little bit to you. DC comics just are getting no love these days. You go in. I've heard them say it when you go into the Whatnot auctions, and people are turning their nose up whenever they throw a DC comic up there, and people are like, put some Marvel up there. Everybody wants Spider-Man. Everybody wants Spider-Man. Well, everybody does want Spider-Man, and therefore, you notice that Spider-Man keys are ridiculously expensive. And nobody really hasn't much love for the DC comics. And I would argue that now's the time to be buying them DC keys, because there's a lot of big keys that are undervalued, and James Gunn is just getting started. So what's going to happen? James Gunn has this affinity for bringing in what I would call B-list type, even C-list type comic book characters, and he likes to bring them in and make them popular. And so these little minor DC keys that you can pick up for a couple bucks and stuff might be worth investing in, because you never know. But what's going to happen is I have faith in James Gunn and his vision for the new DCU. And before you jump on the spec book aspect of it, specking on first appearances because of movies, it's not so much the speculation part of it. It's more that new collectors are coming in, and they're watching these movies, and they're gaining an interest in DC Comics. So I think you're going to see DC Comics, those keys and even the minor ones, you're going to start seeing a spike in those, just out of pure interest in them, because I really believe that James Gunn, with his with the DCU, the DCU is going to be huge. So there's a lot of room for a lot of growth, and a lot of these books that you're scooping up for $2 and $3 now. They've got potential. So now is the time, in my opinion, to start buying DC Silver Age stuff, just minor keys, and just socking them away, man. Not to mention, I love a lot of the old classic DC and the artwork on the covers. Now, that being said, I do have some Marvel in here too. I did pick up some Marvel, but in case you were wondering why all of a sudden my haul videos seem to be very more DC heavy, that's pretty much the reason why, is because I think now's the time to buy. I think that by the time the DCU starts building momentum and starts becoming more and more popular, that you're not going to be able to get these books for as cheap as you're getting them now. But that being said, let's get into it. And there's some Marvel in here, but starting it off first, Justice League International number 23, and this is the first appearance of the Injustice League. Again, not a very expensive book. I think I picked most of these up for $2 and $3, But good condition. But again, the Injustice League, you know, are we going to see an iteration of these when, you know, in the future, in the DCU? Who knows? It could happen. Now we're going to get into some Marvel stuff. And this one is Daredevil number 321, Fall from Grace, Part 2, Chapter 2. And this is the glow-in-the-dark cover. And this is the first appearance of Daredevil's black costume. So I was happy to get this. I think I actually have. No, I don't. I don't have the glow-in-the-dark. I have another version of this. But with Daredevil being so popular right now on streaming, black costume. Possibilities there. And next up, this was this is just because I love the character and loved this cover. It's not an expensive cover or expensive book, but I picked it up for $1, maybe $2. But Sabretooth and Mystique number 1. Not a key, but I'm a big Sabretooth fan. I've never been much of an X-Men fan that much. But some of the characters that are in the X-Men books, like Sabretooth, big fan of. Big fan. And this, I'm almost certain, was a throw-in because I can't imagine that I would have bid on this book. So it must have been a freebie throw-in. The Power Company, number 1. And it's a DC. I'm pretty sure this was a throw-in. I don't think I would have bid on that. Even for $1, but who knows? It'll probably be the one that blows up. You know what I mean? And this one, I bought this one because I loved the homage cover of the Smallville or homage cover or homage cover, however you want to pronounce it. You know, I think it depends on your income level. So I should go back down to homage character or homage cover. but it's a Marvel part 1 of 6, that Smallville homage cover. Kind of dug it, so had to buy it. Not really a key. This one again, cover by. Love that the 70s vibe on this. The old hippie, the laugh-in, Rowan Martin's laugh-in type. I know I aged myself, but it's Apocalypse and the Extracts number 1. But love that psychedelic cover. For $1, I couldn't resist. I was into free shipping, so I got a lot of stuff on here that that I kind of picked up because it was $1 and it was free shipping, so why not? This is an Elseworld story that I just bought because I kind of want to read it. That this is Generations 2. It's Superman, Batman. This is book 3 of 4. I kind of want to put this little run together because this looks intriguing to me. So it's a square bound book. But it intrigued me. I thought I'd read it and give it a shot. Still haven't read Deadpool Batman yet. I'm probably going to read it after I film this video. But at any rate, next up, some Marvel. Fantastic Four, number 309. Honestly, I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong, but I'm thinking this is the first appearance of Facade. But I also think that this was another giveaway, freebie. They had some wheel spins, and every time you buy a comic, or so after every 5th purchase, I think they did. You got a free wheel spin, and they'd spin the wheel, and then they'd just draw a random book out of the box. And I think this is one of them I got. But I don't know if it's the first appearance of this Facade or not. Let me know in the comments. I think it was marked. I marked all my first appearances usually. But next up, Batman number 485. just a cool cover. You know, Black Mask. So, thought it was cool. Grabbed it for $1. And this one, apparently the new name for the next Superman movie is going to be titled Superman the Man of Tomorrow. And since this shares the title, I picked it up for $1 or $2. It's a flip book, maybe, you know. I always say, you know, I'm in all transparency, I always say I bought this as a flip book, and then I hardly ever sell books. I hardly ever sell any comic books, mainly just because none of y'all want to buy them. I'll throw them up on Instagram and I won't get any hits. Throw them up in Marketplace, I don't get any hits. So I have a hard time selling them. Now, this one I bought for comedic reasons. I don't know if you remember the Mystery Men, and they trolled me on this comic book. I don't know why, but they did. But this is kind of an homage to this book. I'm doing this because I can't remember the issue, so I'm going to have to, after I finish filming and go into editing, I'm going to have to find the book that it homages and show it. So, but it's the based on that creepy Superman comic, and kind of the same kind of principle. So I thought it was pretty funny. So I grabbed one. This one I bought because I thought it was a key, but apparently it's not. But I still love the Voodoo Doll cover. But it's Superman number 26. But I thought this was some kind of a key book, and I couldn't remember it, and I didn't have time to look it up. So it was only like $2, I think, or so. Most of these are all $1 or $2 books. So, but I grabbed it, and then I figured if I'm wrong, it's still a cool cover. Still like it. Next up, Superman Annual number 1. I bought this as a cover buy because I just dug the shit out of the Titan cover, and John Byrne. I mean, it was awesome. I loved it. I had to pick it up, so I did. Next up, got some more Marvel in here. Daredevil Annual number 8 with Deathlock. I'm a Daredevil fan, so if I can get them cheap, I sometimes pick it up. It's not a big key. There's no key issue. Just a really cool book. And then I picked this one up. This is the New Titans, number 38. And this is the origin of Donna Troy, Wonder Girl. So I picked it up. It's a little minor key, so I picked it up on the cheap. Like I said, a couple bucks. This one had to have been a throw-in. I'm certain. Must have been a wheel spin win. I got quite a few wheel spins, but this is Action Comics number 0 from that New 52. It'll probably go in my for sale or giveaway bin or whatever. This one I picked up because I thought it was a key, and it's not a key. Well, it's a minor key, but it's not one that I expect to go anywhere. But it's Marvel Voices number 1 at Free Comic Book Day. First appearance of Kim. I don't know. You pronounce it. K-H-E-M. Kim. I don't see that being going anywhere, but it's $1. I picked it up. This one is a cool one. I just picked this up because this is the first appearance of the second Helverine. But dig the cover. Dig that cover. Helverine's gaining some traction as being pretty popular, so I didn't get the first appearance of the first Helverine, but I got that one. So, and another Sabretooth Classics number 1. Again, it's Sabretooth. Love Sabretooth. Love that cover. Picked it up. Who is that one? Dwayne Jerk. I don't know. Oh, but I dug it. Again, I was into free shipping, so I grabbed it. Another Well, a lot of these are cover. I'm finding myself buying these. A lot of these cover buys, and I know people just frown on those. You don't buy cover. Don't buy them for the cover. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I kind of, I love the artwork on the cover. But this is Ghost Rider number 17, Weapons of Vengeance Part 2, and that Ghost Rider and Wolverine cover. I thought maybe when I got this, that this was like one of the leading books that led into the Helverine, but I don't think it is. But cool book nonetheless. And next up, when you can get it for $1 or $2, then you got to get it. It's I want to say this is just a Doomsday book. It's a first printing. It's Justice League versus Doomsday. I think this is the first full appearance. I could be wrong. I think they get the cameos, but this is the first full appearance right after he broke through the wall and met up with the Justice League. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's the first full appearance of Doomsday. Picked this one up because I dug the cover. Aquaman gets no love, but I really like this variant cover. And it is a little minor key that probably won't pan out, but it's Aquaman number 45. First appearance of Nama, the Dragon God. I prefer the classic Aquaman over the long-haired, bearded, and I definitely hated the fish hook or the harpoon hand. Aquaman was terrible. And next up, this is a DC Manhunter number 1. I got this because it has a secondary story of the demon in it, so I picked it up. And it's a number 1, so who knows? You never know. James Gunn might make a whole thing about Manhunter. Who knows? Speaking of Aquaman, we got Aquaman number 38. Not a key, but really cool cover. I don't know who did the cover, but it's a variant cover, but really cool. Like I said, it was $1, I think. And this one, since the other man, dig it out. The other Red Hood number 1 that I bought, met with a untimely death into the Valiant burn bin. I ain't digging it out. But I got Red Hood Arsenal number 1. Dig this. Not a key really, but still really cool. Was happy to pick it up. At any rate, that's the haul. Nothing outrageous in there, but some really cool books. And a lot of this stuff, I skipped out on last year on my annual comic book giveaway where I work, and because I just had a big sale and sold off like almost all the extras that I had and all the ones that I didn't want. So some of these books are going to go into that little pile. So Christmas I'll have some books to give away. But again, like I said, I think the time to pick up some DC stuff is now. And how far are we into this? Because but they're 20 minutes in. All right, so that's about right. I was thinking maybe I should go ahead and do the other, but I thought, we'll save it for next week. So next week we'll get some we'll get some more stuff. Got some really cool, more DC and a little Marvel, but nice little flea market pickup that I got. We'll do next week. Anyway, but that is the haul for this week. Be sure to tune in next week. We got my flea market finds and some good stuff, man. Good stuff. But until then, do all those YouTube things we love for you to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.